The Master Chief Collection has just received an all-new update, and trust me, you guys, you won't want to miss these changes that I'm going to tell you about right now, so stick around to the end of the video to see all of the latest updates to the MCC and Halo Reach as we get started right now. What is up, Walrus Squad? I'm PhantomWalrus, and if you want to keep up with all of the latest Halo news and see some of the best insights when it comes to all things related to Halo, smash that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss any weekly Halo videos. So guys, the first change on the list today is in the social playlist, and Halo Reach specifically is what we're going to be focusing on mainly. But social playlist, the first change, 343 has increased the weighting of AR starts compared to DMR starts in 4v4 Slayer in the social playlist. So a lot of you probably realized that when you get into a Team Slayer game in the social playlist, the majority of the time it's giving you a DMR start, and actually it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So you are 3 times more likely to start with a DMR than you are the AR. Not anymore though, they've reversed those numbers. So starting right now in the social Slayer playlist, 4v4, it is now 3 times more likely to get started with an AR over the DMR. And it's obvious 343 has listened to the people, right? They've listened to the fans who've been complaining on the forums. A lot of people in YouTube comments and different things, different places online have been saying that they want to see more AR starts. That feels like more classic Halo Reach to a lot of people. I tend to be more in favor of the DMR starts. I've liked that. AR starts just get a little boring sometimes for me. But anyway, that's going to make a lot of people happy for sure. The second change on our list is talking about the ranked playlist, and that is we have a brand new ranked playlist in Halo Reach. They have added the all new DMR start ranked Team Slayer playlist with partial team matching. So pretty much what that means is there's a brand new ranked playlist where you are always guaranteed to start with the DMR, and I think that's just to offset the AR starts in the social playlist. And within this ranked playlist, there's going to be partial team matching. So for example, squads of 3 will only be matched up with other squads of 3. Teams of 4, teams of 3 will only be matched with each other. So you won't have to worry about going in solo and getting matched against a full team. It's just not going to work that way. And that's a way for you guys who really appreciate the DMR starts just to stick with that without worrying about getting an AR start. So within that new ranked playlist, there's also going to be maps that are more likely to appear. So your highest weighted maps, these are the ones you're most likely are going to see in that ranked playlist, are Powerhouse, Zealot, and Asylum. The mid-weighted maps, the ones you'll see some of the time, are going to be Countdown, Reflection, Unanchored, Battle Canyon, and Forge World maps, Imago, Kingdom, Select, Synapse, and Unconquered. And then the lowest weighted maps, the ones that you'll see the least amount of times, are going to be Sword-based, thank God, Boardwalk, Penance, Condemned, and Elul, which is also another Forge World map. So having this new separation of DMR and AR starts, I really think that's going to make a big difference with a lot of players. That's going to please a lot of players, really, because then they can fine-tune what they want to play, right? If you want a DMR start, if you're feeling more like a DMR day, then you just go for it. But if you want more of the classic Halo Reach, more of just the AR start, searching around, trying to control those power weapons, you can do that in the social playlist. So if you do want AR starts, you're going to go with social 4v4 Slayer. That's going to be 3 times as likely to start with ARs. If you want the DMR starts, you go with the social objective categories and the new ranked Halo Reach Team Slayer playlist. So playlist updates are always nice, right? But the interesting part of this update is they talked about what's coming in the near future. The matchmaking experience will improve and evolve with featured game categories. That's what they're calling it. It will allow 343 to rotate in specific game categories alongside the existing category. The featured categories will rotate weekly and be limited to a specific game size. So we're talking either 4v4, 8v8, free-for-all, things like that. This will be a great place to check out fresh content each and every week. I think that's a good move for 343 to kind of have a little testing center, right? They can throw stuff out there to the community and see how the community responds to it, see if it's a good change or not. And I think it just gives them a lot of options. That's actually going to be really cool to have brand new content each and every week. And the update specified that this new change coming up, this featured game categories, will be used in 2 main ways. The first way is to surface and highlight new content. so possibly a game type that is rarely being played. If something in the MCC isn't receiving as much attention as other playlists, they may switch it up a little bit and make the less common choices part of the featured categories. And that might be a good way to grab people's attention more with something that they might not have played before and introduce them to something new. The article also did mention that some of this content that they're going to be testing out in the featured category, some of it will roll into one of the standard categories after its featured rotation. So a new change or a new playlist or something will be out there in the featured categories, and if it turns out to be a good change, then they'll roll that over to the regular standard categories as a solid change to the game if it performs well. If the crowd responds to it well, then you just keep doing it, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I always say. But some of that content will exist entirely separate from the existing game categories. So in other words, we might be seeing brand new playlists if something in the featured categories plays well. And as far as what's coming in these featured categories, they did promise that the first ones to roll out in the near future are going to be a Combat Evolved Anniversary game types, Power Slayer, and Shoddy Snipers, which honestly, Shoddy Snipes was one of my favorite games, especially back in Halo 3. And they also did briefly mention that this same format with the featured categories will be used to host new events as well. The second way that this featured category is going to be used is they're going to experiment with the new settings which may or not be implemented into the core categories. The experiments, they said, will be case by case, but the first one planned is an AR start for big team battle game type. I know this is something that people have been asking for too. Not sure why you'd want to start with an AR and big team battle. Maybe if you guys do, let me know why down in the comments right now. But 343 did say they're aware that a lot of the community wants AR starts in big team battle, but they did say why they've been holding back on that for right now. They said it might be a problem because of on-map weapon availability, vehicle balance as well. I mean, people running around with ARs are not going to stop vehicles. But they also acknowledged that DMR starts on big team battle can be unforgiving and lead to some stagnation, especially on some of the more open maps in the game. But this is where the featured categories will come in. It will allow experiments to see what works and what doesn't. So pretty soon we're going to start seeing big team battle with AR starts. We're going to see how people like it. Maybe they'll hate it and they'll switch back to the main style with DMRs. Who knows? We'll see. So several pretty big changes this month to Halo MCC. And I think these changes are a step in the right direction. I mean, honestly, having an experimental playlist is a good thing for this game, in my opinion, because it will allow 343 to test out what works about what people are asking for, right? If enough people ask for it, then they might just throw it out there onto the experimental playlist and see if it works. And if it ends up not working, then no harm, no foul, because they'll just throw it out. Which one of these updates interests you the most? Let me know in the comments right now, you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more Halo news videos in the future, you got to let me know, and I'll keep cranking these videos out for you guys each and every week. Click on my profile picture on the screen right now to subscribe. And if this is your first time seeing my channel, then click on the video on your screen to see more great Halo content that I've created over the past few weeks. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, I will see you in the next video.